seniors have told me, using these words, that they feel like the world has just passed them by. The world just doesn't acknowledge or remember that they're here. This is not the world they grew up in. This is not their world. So they feel forgotten, and they would rather suffer in silence than live with dignity by asking for help. Council on Aging exists to serve seniors at home where they live. And so through a variety of services and programs, Council on Aging enables them to live independently and with dignity, again, in their own homes.
Hey, Mary. Yeah, we're getting ready to leave to come and pick you up.
Okay.
All right, so we'll be there probably 15 minutes or so.
Okay, I'm ready.
I just figured I'd retire and just do whatever I wanted to do, but then after a year and a half, it was getting a little bit boring. I don't know, I just have all these things that I want to do and just probably leave a legacy,
We place volunteers age 55 or older into the homes of their senior counterparts who are maybe not as able-bodied or have some other challenges.
We actually pair who we feel like has the right attitude and personality. And when we met Miss Mary, we immediately said, Mr. Ralph.
I trained last May, and the first week in June, they said they finally had a client for me in Santa Rosa. So I went and we talked and we met and both said, this seems like it's going to work. And we're like family now. It's so funny because we've kind of adopted her, mom really, because, well, not mom, but she could be mom. I don't really want to say grandma. She calls us her family, so. And we feel the same way about her. She's a very lovely person. She really is. Well, no, you're sitting in the front.
Oh, I'm big wheel.
Yes, you are big wheel. They asked me who cuts your lawn. I said she does.
Sometimes, if I don't fall off the mower. No, it's been a long time ago. We won't talk about that. No. Whoops. Ralph, zip it.
We chit-chat all about way back and forth, and she'll tell me when she's upset. We rub off on each other, I guess.
Wow. Nice.
Hi.
Hey.
How are we doing today?
Good, how you doing?
How are you?
Oh.
Yeah, the apple turnovers, Mary.
Oh.
You want to get that little tart thing?
No.
No?
No.
Go ahead, just get what you want.
This is not easy to eat.
No, it looks hard to eat.
I thought it said banana pudding, didn't it?
No, marshmallows.
That's not what it said. The one up, it's still sitting up there, I bet you. We do this all the time. I'm right though, I am. I thought it said banana something.
No, it's peanut butter marshmallow, actually.
He's right.
How do you eat marshmallow with dentures? I mean, that's got to be pretty hard to do. It's funny. It's comical. She's comical. I feel fulfilled. If there's any part of me missing, this is like another part to fill in the gap. It's just like, like going to church. I mean, I just feel wonderful about everything.
As we age, unfortunately, in our society, we start looking at persons as an afterthought. And actually, to us, you're in your second phase. This is the opportunity and the time for you to do even more, to see what your second passion is, to give back. If you want to just kind of drop off Meals on Wheels to a person's home, providing that nutrition for them. Then we also have opportunities through AmeriCorps Seniors. Those programs are foster grandparents as well as senior companion. So those are just a few of the opportunities persons have by connecting to the Council on Aging.
I'll tell you this story about when I first came to Pensacola, Florida. That was back in 1965. I had just gotten out of jail for peacefully protesting for my parents and others like them to have the right to vote. I thought Pensacola was, integrated. I thought, I'm going to the big city, it's all going to be good. And so one day I got brave and I was going to ride the transit downtown by myself, without my friends, let them know I was grown and I could do this. So I rode downtown and I went in Woodsworth. It was early in the morning. I went to Woodsworth and the food was, they were having breakfast and it was smelling so good. So I said, I'll go ahead and get me a bite to eat before I go to the stores, When I sat at the counter, everybody that was sitting at the counter was waited on, But I was sitting there and they would not serve me. So I sat there for the longest while, and it took me a minute there to realize, well, I'm doing a one-man sitting in here. So I got up and I just eased on out the back door. But I was so embarrassed, that I didn't know that, they didn't serve blacks that sat at the counter. You couldn't just sit there and eat. Hey, breakfast time. Breakfast is very important. So try to eat some of your breakfast every day.
Part of Council on Aging's mission is to ensure that senior adults can still remain active and engaged in their community. And the foster grandparent program is one of the ways we do that. We place senior volunteers age 55 and over into at-risk schools to mentor disadvantaged youth.
Allison, fix me something to eat. I'm hungry.
The moment that these foster grandparents come into the lives of these kids, there's an inflection point. And we have data to back that up. At the end of the school year, that foster grandparent is going to guarantee that that kid is in a better place. And frankly speaking, at the end of the school year, that foster grandparent is in a better place too.
Yes, it's good. Wow. I have enjoyed working as a foster grandparent because it has been very rewarding. Like I say, I grew up under the umbrella of segregation. I try to instill in them to grab the goodness of life and the availability of things that were not available to me when I was growing up. To grab that is so important. I so often say, you can actually love the hell out of people.
Aging is not this monolithic experience where we all are going to celebrate the same milestones and have the same challenges. Sometimes people just don't get dealt a good hand. Maybe your body betrays you. Maybe your bank account fails you. Well, it's incumbent upon us to help those who have not been treated so well.
If there is a need out there, we are going to actively figure out how to meet that need for the seniors in our community.
We are sustained by local people who just care about our mission. If we don't receive support, whether it's volunteer support in the form of time or philanthropic support, then we're not going to be able to continue serving these seniors who themselves built the community that we now enjoy and prosper in.